DC Comics has given us many famous superheroes in movies, from the dark and serious tone of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy to the colorful world of Zack Snyder's Justice League. This ranking looks at how well these films were received, considering their stories, acting, visual effects, and how much people enjoyed them. Join us as we find out which movies have made the biggest impression. 54. Steel, 1997, 3.0. Steel, 1997, starring Shaquille O'Neal, is a superhero film based on the DC Comics character John Henry Irons, aka Steel. Despite its interesting premise and O'Neal's star power, the film was poorly received by both critics and audiences. It was criticized for its low-budget special effects, weak script, and poor performances. Made on a budget of around $16 million, Steel was a box office failure, grossing only about $1.7 million worldwide. The film struggled to find an audience and is often cited as one of the weaker comic book adaptations of the 1990s. 53. Catwoman, 2004, 3.4. Catwoman, 2004, starring Halle Berry, is widely regarded as one of the most disappointing superhero films. Despite Berry's star power and a $100 million budget, the film was critically panned for its weak plot, subpar dialogue, and poor special effects. It deviated heavily from the comic book source material, which upset fans of the character. At the box office, Catwoman performed poorly, earning just $82 million worldwide, well below expectations. With a low rating of 3.410 on IMDb, it is often listed among the worst comic book films ever made. Berry even humorously accepted a Razzie Award for her performance. 52. Superman for 4, The Quest for Peace, 1987. 3.7 is the fourth installment in the Superman film series, starring Christopher Reeve. Despite the high expectations from the previous films, this movie was a critical and commercial failure. With a significantly reduced budget of only $17 million compared to its predecessors, the film suffered from poor special effects, a weak storyline, and rushed production. It grossed only around $36.7 million worldwide, far below expectations. Fans and critics alike panned it, with many citing it as the weakest entry in the original Superman series. The film holds a low IMDb rating of 3.7/10, reflecting its disappointing reception. 51. Batman and Robin, 1997. 3.8. Batman and Robin, 1997, directed by Joel Schumacher, is often remembered as one of the most infamous entries in the Batman franchise. Starring George Clooney as Batman and Arnold Schwarzenegger as the villain Mr. Freeze, the film was criticized for its campy tone, over-the-top performances, and excessive use of neon visuals and puns. The $160 million budget produced a visually flashy but ultimately shallow film that alienated both fans and critics. It grossed around $238 million worldwide, but was considered a financial disappointment compared to previous Batman films. The film's legacy is marked by its 3.710 IMDb rating and its role in putting the Batman franchise on hiatus until the much darker reboot, Batman Begins, 2005. 50. Supergirl, 1984, 4.4. Supergirl, 1984, is a fantasy superhero film that serves as a spin-off of the Superman franchise, featuring Helen Slater in the titular role. Despite the connection to the successful Superman films, Supergirl faced significant challenges, including a convoluted plot, uneven special effects, and a lackluster reception. With a budget of around $35 million, the film struggled to connect with audiences and critics alike, earning approximately $14 million at the box office. Although it aimed to capture the charm of superhero storytelling, it ultimately fell short. Despite its shortcomings, Supergirl has gained a cult following over the years for its campy charm and unique take on the superhero genre. 49. The Return of Swamp Thing, 1989, 4.6. The Return of Swamp Thing, 1989, is a campy sci-fi horror film and a sequel to Wes Craven's Swamp Thing, 1982, directed by Jim Wynorski. The movie, while embraced by some fans for its humor and B-movie charm, received generally negative reviews, reflected in its low IMDb rating of 4.6. Critics and audiences alike were unimpressed by the film's cheesy dialogue, subpar special effects, and weak plot. The budget for the film was approximately $3 million, and it had a poor box office performance, grossing around $274,000 domestically. This disappointing financial return was a stark contrast to the expectations set by its predecessor. Despite its lackluster reception, the film has gained a small cult following over time for its nostalgic and comedic elements. 48. Jonah Hex, 2010. Jonah Hex, 2010, is a supernatural Western film based on the DC Comics character of the same name. Directed by Jimmy Hayward and starring Josh Brolin, Megan Fox, and John Malkovich, the movie struggled to resonate with both critics and audiences, reflected in its low IMDb rating of 4.7. The film was criticized for its disjointed plot, lackluster character development, and underwhelming action sequences. With a budget of around $47 million, Jonah Hex was a significant box office flop, earning only about $10.9 million worldwide. The film's poor financial performance and critical reception made it one of the most forgettable superhero adaptations of the time, though it has attracted a niche audience for its dark tone and unique blend of genres. 47. Joker, Folie à Deux, 2024. 5.3. Sequel to the 2019 hit, Joker has had a disappointing box office debut. Despite much anticipation and a star-studded cast featuring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, the film earned only $40 million domestically in its opening weekend, well below the first film's $96.2 million. Globally, it garnered $121 million. The film's production budget was reportedly around $150 million, and due to its poor reception, it's projected to lose up to $200 million for Warner Brothers. 46. Batman Forever, 1995. 5.4. Batman Forever, 1995, directed by Joel Schumacher, was a commercially successful but divisive entry in the Batman franchise. It starred Val Kilmer as Batman, alongside Jim Carrey as the Riddler, Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, and Nicole Kidman as Dr. Chase Meridian. Known for its colorful, campy style, the film marked a departure from the darker tone of its predecessors. With a production budget of around $100 million, it grossed over $336 million worldwide, making it a box office hit despite mixed reviews from critics who criticized its over-the-top performances and tone. 45. Wonder Woman, 1984, 2020. 5.4. Wonder Woman 1984, 2020, directed by Patty Jenkins, is the sequel to 2017's critically acclaimed Wonder Woman. Despite high expectations, the film received mixed reviews, reflected in its IMDb rating of 5.4. Critics praised Gal Gadot's performance as Diana Prince, but criticized the movie's uneven pacing, convoluted plot, and reliance on nostalgia. With a production budget of $200 million, the film earned around $169.6 million worldwide, a significant drop from its predecessor, likely due to the COVID-19 pandemic and its simultaneous release on HBO Max. 44. Green Lantern, 2011. 5.5. Green Lantern, 2011, starring Ryan Reynolds, was intended to launch a new franchise for DC Comics, but received a poor reception. With an IMDb rating of 5.5, the film was criticized for its overuse of CGI, weak story, and flat characters. Despite a massive budget of around $200 million, the movie only grossed about $220 million worldwide, falling short of expectations. Its disappointing performance effectively stalled any future plans for sequels and pushed DC to move in a different direction with its cinematic universe. 43. The Kitchen, 2019. 5.6. The Kitchen. 2019, starring Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, and Elizabeth Moss, is a crime drama set in 1970s New York. Despite the strong cast and an intriguing premise about three women taking over their husbands' criminal operations after they're imprisoned, the film received poor reviews, reflected in its IMDb rating of 5.6. Critics cited its inconsistent tone, lack of character development, and uneven pacing as key issues. With a budget of $38 million, it underperformed at the box office, grossing only $16 million worldwide. 42. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, 2023. 5.6. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, 2023, the sequel to the 2018 hit, Aquaman, faced significant challenges at the box office. With a budget of approximately $205 million, the film opened to a modest $40 million in its first weekend, far below its predecessor's $68 million debut. Critical reviews were underwhelming, with the film scoring only 36% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it struggled against superhero fatigue and negative pre-release buzz. To break even, it would need to earn around $512 million globally, but early projections suggest it may not reach those numbers, adding to a series of recent underperforming DC films. 41. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, 2023. 5.9. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, 2023, struggled both critically and financially compared to its predecessor. With a production budget of approximately $125 million, it grossed only $128 million globally, making it one of the biggest box office bombs in superhero history. This figure barely covered its production cost, and when factoring in marketing expenses, the film incurred substantial losses for Warner Brothers. Critically, the movie received mixed reviews, earning around 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Its lackluster performance was attributed to superhero fatigue, competition from other films, and tepid word-of-mouth buzz. 40. Blue Beetle, 2023, 5.9. Blue Beetle, released in August 2023, has received generally positive reviews but ultimately performed poorly at the box office. With a production budget estimated between $104 million and $125 million, the film grossed approximately $131 million worldwide, making it the lowest grossing entry in the DC Extended Universe. Despite a strong debut and a favorable reception, including a 78% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a B+ cinema score, the film struggled to attract audiences. Contributing factors to its underperformance included limited marketing, competition from other summer releases, and the timing of its release coinciding with Hurricane Hilary, which affected box office sales in Southern California. 39. Batman and Harley Quinn, 2017. 5.9. Batman and Harley Quinn, released in 2017, is an animated superhero film that combines action and comedy. The film had a modest budget of approximately $3.5 million, but was a commercial failure, grossing only about $6,448 at the box office. This underwhelming performance was attributed to its limited theatrical release, which consisted of a single-night screening in select theaters, and the fact that it was primarily aimed at home media audiences. While the film was well received by some fans for its nostalgic animation style reminiscent of earlier Batman series, it garnered mixed reviews overall, holding a 50% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. 38. Justice League, 2017. 6.1. Justice League, 2017, directed by Zack Snyder and later completed by Joss Whedon, had a production budget of around $300 million, making it one of the most expensive films ever made. Despite the hype surrounding the film, it underperformed at the box office compared to expectations, grossing $657.9 million worldwide. This was considered a disappointment for a movie of its scale, especially given the massive success of previous superhero films from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film received mixed to negative reviews, with many fans and critics criticizing its uneven tone, rushed story, and CGI effects. However, some praised the chemistry between the main characters and its action sequences. In the years following its release, Justice League became infamous for its troubled production and led to fan demand for the release of Snyder's original vision, which eventually resulted in Zack Snyder's Justice League being released in 2021. 37. Superman Returns, 2006. 6.1. Superman Returns, 2006, directed by Bryan Singer, had a production budget of around $204 million, marking it as one of the most expensive films at the time. The movie aimed to revive the Superman franchise after nearly 2 decades and serve as a semi-sequel to the classic Superman films. Despite the initial excitement, it underperformed at the box office, grossing $391.1 million worldwide, which was considered a disappointment given its high budget and the iconic status of the character. Audience and critic reviews were mixed, with praise for Brandon Routh's portrayal of Superman and the visual effects, but criticism for its slow pace, lack of action, and overly nostalgic tone. The movie's lukewarm reception led to plans for sequels being canceled, and the franchise was rebooted in 2013 with Man of Steel. 36. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, 2020, 6.1. Released in 2020 with a budget of around $82–100 million, the film underperformed at the box office, grossing $205.3 million worldwide. While not a financial failure, its earnings were lower than expected for a superhero film of its scale, possibly due to its R rating and limited global reach. Despite this, the movie was praised for its vibrant style, strong performances, particularly from the lead actress, and its dynamic action sequences. However, some critics and audiences found the plot uneven, and it struggled to attract a broad audience outside of its core fan base. Over time, it gained a cult following. 35. Suicide Squad, 2016, 6.1. Released in 2016 with a budget of around $175 million, this film was a commercial success, grossing $746.8 million worldwide despite mixed to negative reviews. It was marketed heavily around its ensemble cast and edgy, rebellious tone, which attracted strong audience interest. However, critics and fans criticized its messy plot, uneven pacing, and choppy editing, though performances, particularly by the lead actors and the visual style, received praise. The film's box office success was driven largely by anticipation and a strong fan base, but it left many feeling underwhelmed compared to expectations. 34. Black Adam, 2022, 6.2. With a production budget of around $190–260 million, the 2022 release had high expectations as a major addition to its cinematic universe. Despite its star-studded cast and the presence of a well-known lead actor, the film earned a relatively modest $393 million worldwide, which was underwhelming given the investment. While the movie garnered attention for its action sequences and the lead's charismatic performance, it faced criticism for a lackluster story, uneven pacing, and formulaic superhero tropes. Fans of the character appreciated the film's attempt to introduce him to the broader universe, but it struggled to make a lasting impression at the box office. 33. The Losers, 2010, 6.2. Released in 2010 with a modest budget of around $25 million, this action comedy underperformed at the box office, earning only $29.9 million worldwide. Despite its underwhelming financial performance, the film was generally well received for its fun, energetic style, witty dialogue, and charismatic cast. However, it was also criticized for lacking originality and depth, with some reviewers feeling it relied too heavily on familiar action movie tropes. While it didn't make a major splash commercially, it found a niche audience who appreciated its blend of humor and action. 32. Justice Society, World War II, 2021, 6.4. Released in 2021 as part of a popular animated superhero franchise, this film received positive feedback for its unique blend of historical setting and superhero action. While specific budget details weren't disclosed, animated films of this kind typically have lower production costs compared to live-action counterparts. The film, released primarily through digital and home media, didn't have a traditional box office run, making its financial performance difficult to gauge. Fans appreciated its fast-paced action, character dynamics, and the nostalgic appeal of seeing iconic heroes in a World War II backdrop, though some felt the plot was a bit predictable. Nonetheless, it was praised as a solid entry in the animated superhero genre. 31. Batman: The Killing Joke, 2016, 6.4. This 2016 animated film, adapted from a highly acclaimed graphic novel, had a production budget typical for animated DC projects, but saw a unique release strategy, including a limited theatrical run alongside its digital and home media release. It grossed around $4.4 million during its brief time in theaters, which is a strong performance for an animated superhero film with such a limited release. Fans appreciated the voice acting, particularly the return of iconic actors for the lead roles, but the film received mixed reviews overall. Many criticized its added content, which deviated from the source material, and felt it didn't fully capture the impact of the original story. While it pleased some fans, it sparked debate over its interpretation of the beloved graphic novel. 30. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, 6.5. This 2016 superhero film, with a massive production budget of around $250–300 million, was one of the most anticipated blockbusters of the year. It performed well at the box office, grossing $873.6 million worldwide, but fell short of the billion-dollar mark that many had expected given the star power and iconic nature of its lead characters. The movie received mixed reviews, with praise for its visual effects, action sequences, and performances, particularly from the cast in key roles. However, it was criticized for its overly dark tone, convoluted plot, and pacing issues. Despite its strong box office numbers, it left many fans divided over its direction, leading to ongoing debates about its portrayal of these legendary heroes. 29. Red 2, 2013, 6.6. Released in 2013, this action comedy sequel had a production budget of approximately $84 million. It performed decently at the box office, grossing around $149.2 million worldwide. While the film was met with mixed reviews, many viewers enjoyed its blend of humor, action, and the charismatic performances of its ensemble cast, which included several returning favorites from the first installment. Critics praised its entertaining plot and engaging character dynamics, though some felt it didn't quite capture the charm of its predecessor. Overall, it solidified its place as a fun, lighthearted continuation of the story, appealing to fans of the original while attracting new audiences. 28. The Flash, 2023, 6.6. Released in 2023, this superhero film had a production budget estimated between $200 million and $300 million, reflecting its ambitious scope and extensive special effects. Despite considerable anticipation and a strong marketing campaign, it struggled at the box office, earning approximately $268 million worldwide, which was significantly lower than expected given the franchise's popularity. Reviews were mixed, with some praising the performances and action sequences, particularly the lead's portrayal of the titular character. However, criticism focused on a convoluted plot, pacing issues, and the handling of multiple timelines. While it aimed to be a major event film within its cinematic universe, the overall reception left many fans feeling underwhelmed. 27. Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, 2018, 6.7. This animated film, released in 2018, presented a unique take on a beloved character by reimagining him in a Victorian-era Gotham City. With a modest production budget of around $3 million, it garnered attention for its intriguing premise and stylistic visuals. Although it did not have a traditional box office release, it was released directly to home media and generated approximately $3.5 million in sales, showcasing a solid return on investment. Critics praised its dark, atmospheric storytelling and the inventive design that brought the setting to life, though some felt that the pacing could have been improved. Overall, it was celebrated as a creative entry in the animated superhero genre, appealing to both fans of the original material and newcomers alike. 26. Teen Titans Go to the Movies, 2018, 6.7. In 2018, an animated superhero comedy hit theaters, bringing a lighthearted and satirical take on the superhero genre. Despite being produced on a relatively modest budget of $10 million, it managed to gross approximately $52 million at the worldwide box office. While some viewers found the humor aimed at younger audiences, it still garnered generally positive reviews, holding a 6.7 rating. The playful tone and self-aware narrative resonated with fans, although some critics felt it leaned too much on its kid-friendly approach. Still, it delivered a solid performance, making more than 5 times its production cost. 25. Superman 2, 1980, 6.8. In the early 1980s, a highly anticipated superhero sequel captivated audiences with its thrilling action and memorable villain confrontations. Produced with a budget of around $54 million, The film went on to earn over $108 million at the box office, doubling its production cost. With a 6.8 rating, it received praise for its dynamic fight scenes and strong performances, particularly from its iconic villain. However, some fans and critics noted that it lacked the emotional depth of its predecessor. Despite these critiques, the movie's commercial success cemented it as a beloved installment in the superhero genre. 24. Aquaman, 2018, 6.8. In 2018, a visually stunning underwater adventure made waves in the superhero world, delivering impressive action sequences and vibrant world building. With a hefty budget of $160 million, the film went on to become a massive box office success, grossing over $1.1 billion globally. Though it holds a 6.8 rating, opinions were mixed, with some praising the film's epic scale and visuals, while others felt the story was somewhat predictable. Nonetheless, its impressive box office performance solidified it as one of the most commercially successful superhero films of the time. 23. Constantine, 2005, 7.0. In 2005, a supernatural thriller brought a darker, mystical side to the world of comic book adaptations, with a strong lead performance and eerie visuals. Made on a budget of $100 million, it managed to pull in $230 million at the box office worldwide. With a rating of 7.0, the film received a mix of praise for its atmospheric tone and criticism for deviating from the source material. Despite some divided opinions, its blend of action and supernatural elements resonated with audiences, making it a modest commercial success and a cult favorite over time. 22. Red, 2010, 7.0. In 2010, an action comedy featuring a group of retired but still dangerous operatives brought a fresh twist to the espionage genre. Produced on a budget of around $58 million, the film went on to earn approximately $199 million at the global box office. With a solid 7.0 rating, it was praised for its fun, witty dialogue, and charismatic performances from a veteran ensemble cast. Although some critics found the plot formulaic, the movie's balance of humor and action won over audiences, turning it into a commercial success and paving the way for a sequel. 21. Shazam, 2019, 7.0. In 2019, a lighthearted superhero origin story brought a refreshing mix of humor and heart to the genre, focusing on a young boy's journey as he gains incredible powers. With a production budget of around $100 million, the film performed well at the box office, earning over $366 million worldwide. Boasting a 7.0 rating, it was praised for its fun, family-friendly tone and the lead actor's charismatic portrayal. Some critics noted its predictable plot, but the film's charm and comedic elements helped it stand out as a feel-good entry in the superhero lineup. 20. DC League of Super Pets, 2022, 7.1. In 2022, audiences were treated to an animated superhero tale that focused on a group of unlikely heroes, pets with extraordinary abilities. With a production budget of $90 million, the film earned a respectable $207 million at the box office. Boasting a 7.1 rating, the movie garnered positive reviews for its entertaining voice cast and engaging storyline, though some felt it was more suited for younger viewers. Despite this, its mix of humor and action made it a fun and enjoyable entry in the superhero genre, appealing to both families and fans of animated films. 19. Man of Steel, 2013, 7.1. In 2013, a gritty and visually intense reboot of an iconic superhero made its mark on the genre, offering a fresh origin story filled with epic battles and deeper emotional stakes. With a significant production budget of $225 million, the film soared at the box office, grossing over $668 million worldwide. Earning a 7.1 rating, it drew praise for its striking visuals and ambitious scope, though opinions were divided on its tone and character development. Despite some criticisms, its impressive box office performance demonstrated its appeal to both fans of the character and general audiences alike. 18. Batman Returns, 1992, 7.1. In 1992, a dark and stylized superhero sequel hit theaters, bringing a more gothic tone and complex villains to the screen. With a budget of $80 million, the film performed well at the box office, earning over $266 million worldwide. Holding a 7.1 rating, it was praised for its unique visual style, Tim Burton's direction, and standout performances, especially from the villains. However, its darker atmosphere and more mature themes made it a bit polarizing for some viewers. Despite this, the film solidified its place as a memorable chapter in the superhero genre. 17. The Suicide Squad, 2021, 7.2. In 2021, a vibrant and chaotic take on a group of anti-heroes brought a fresh energy to the superhero film landscape, combining action, humor, and a touch of irreverence. With a production budget of $185 million, the film earned approximately $168 million at the global box office. Despite its solid 7.2 rating, it faced challenges in its box office performance, partly due to the ongoing pandemic and its simultaneous release on streaming platforms. Critics lauded its character development, standout performances, and the director's unique vision, making it a standout entry that resonated with fans while still sparking debate about its overall impact. 16. The Lego Batman Movie, 2017, 7.3. In 2017, a clever and comedic animated film featuring a beloved caped crusader brought a unique twist to the superhero genre, showcasing a playful yet heartfelt narrative. With a production budget of around $80 million, the film grossed approximately $312 million at the box office worldwide. Holding a 7.3 rating, it received praise for its witty humor, engaging animation, and clever references to the broader Batman universe. Critics appreciated its balance of fun for children and nostalgia for adults, making it a hit among fans of all ages and solidifying its place as a standout entry in the Lego franchise. 15. A History of Violence, 2005, 7.4. In 2005, a gripping crime thriller explored the complex nature of identity and violence, captivating audiences with its intense storytelling and thought-provoking themes. With a modest budget of $32 million, the film performed well at the box office, earning approximately $60 million globally. Boasting a 7.4 rating, it was lauded for its compelling performances, particularly from the lead actor, and its masterful direction. Critics praised the film's ability to blend action with deeper psychological elements, making it not just a conventional thriller, but a poignant commentary on the human condition, resonating with viewers and earning acclaim during awards season. 14. Wonder Woman, 2017, 7.4. In 2017, a groundbreaking superhero film showcased a powerful female protagonist, offering a fresh perspective in a genre often dominated by male heroes. With a production budget of $149 million, the film achieved remarkable success at the box office, grossing over $821 million worldwide. Holding a rating of 7.4, it received widespread acclaim for its compelling storytelling, strong performances, particularly from the lead actress, and inspiring themes of empowerment and courage. Critics praised its balance of action and character development, establishing it as a significant and influential entry in the superhero genre that resonated with both audiences and critics alike. 13. Superman, the Movie, 1978, 7.4. In 1978, a landmark superhero film captivated audiences and set the standard for future adaptations of comic book characters. With a budget of approximately $55 million, it performed exceptionally well at the box office, grossing around $300 million globally. Holding a rating of 7.4, the film was praised for its groundbreaking special effects, engaging storytelling, and iconic performances, particularly from its lead actor. It was celebrated for bringing a sense of realism and depth to the superhero genre, ultimately becoming a cultural phenomenon and paving the way for a new era of superhero films. 12. Batman, 1989, 7.5. In 1989, a visually striking and atmospheric superhero film redefined the genre, introducing a darker, more complex portrayal of a beloved comic book character. With a budget of approximately $35 million, it garnered impressive box office success, earning around $400 million worldwide. Holding a rating of 7.5, the film was acclaimed for its unique visual style, memorable performances, particularly from its lead actor and the iconic villain, and Tim Burton's distinctive direction. It played a pivotal role in shaping the modern landscape of superhero cinema, influencing countless films that followed and establishing a more serious tone for future adaptations. 11. Batman, 1966, 7.5. In 1966, a vibrant and campy superhero film brought a beloved comic book character to the big screen, embracing a playful and humorous tone that captured the essence of its era. Produced on a budget of around $1.5 million, the film performed well, earning approximately $40 million at the box office. Holding a rating of 7.5, it was celebrated for its witty dialogue, colorful visuals, and the iconic performances of its cast, particularly the lead actor. Its blend of comedy and action resonated with audiences, solidifying its status as a cult classic and leaving a lasting impact on the portrayal of superheroes in popular culture. 10. Watchmen, 2009, 7.6. In 2009, a visually stunning and thought-provoking adaptation of a groundbreaking graphic novel made its way to the big screen, challenging traditional superhero narratives. With a production budget of approximately $130 million, the film grossed around $185 million worldwide. Holding a rating of 7.6, it received praise for its bold direction, intricate storytelling, and striking visual style, though some viewers found its complex themes and non-linear narrative challenging. The film's exploration of morality, power, and the consequences of vigilantism resonated with fans of the source material, making it a significant entry in the superhero genre that sparked discussions and debates among audiences. 9. Road to Perdition, 2002, 7.7. Road to Perdition. 2002. Directed by Sam Mendes and starring Tom Hanks, Paul Newman, and Jude Law, is a critically acclaimed crime drama set during the Great Depression. The film had a production budget of approximately $80 million and received praise for its performances, cinematography, and direction. Although it wasn't a blockbuster hit, Road to Perdition performed respectably at the box office, earning around $181 million worldwide. It resonated particularly with audiences who appreciated its moody artistic style and moral themes, solidifying its place as a well-regarded film in Mendes's career. 8. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, 1993. 7.8. Released in 1993, this animated superhero film is a darker, more mature take on the Caped Crusader's story, praised for its storytelling, voice acting, and film noir style. Despite being critically acclaimed, it was not a commercial success during its theatrical run. With a modest budget of around $6 million, it only grossed approximately $5.6 million at the box office, likely due to limited marketing and competition at the time. However, over the years, it has gained a strong cult following and is often regarded as one of the best portrayals of the iconic character. 7. The Batman, 2022. 7.8. This 2022 reboot of the iconic superhero franchise takes a gritty, detective-focused approach to the character, with Robert Pattinson taking on the role of the Dark Knight. Directed by Matt Reeves, the film was praised for its atmosphere, intense performances, and a fresh take on Gotham City's crime-ridden world. With a budget of around $200 million, it performed exceptionally well at the box office, earning over $770 million globally. Despite being released in the pandemic era, it proved to be a commercial success and was widely appreciated by both fans and critics for its grounded, noir-inspired vision. 5. V for Vendetta, 2006, 8.1. This 2006 dystopian political thriller, set in a near-future Britain under totalitarian rule, resonated with audiences for its bold themes of rebellion, freedom, and the power of ideas. Produced by the Wachowskis and directed by James McTagg, it featured a memorable performance by Hugo Weaving as the masked vigilante V and Natalie Portman as Evie. With a budget of approximately $54 million, the film was both a critical and commercial success, grossing around $133 million worldwide. Its thought-provoking narrative and striking visuals have since made it a cultural touchstone, often referenced in political discourse and popular culture. 4. Batman Begins, 2005. 8-2. This 2005 film, directed by Christopher Nolan, serves as the gritty and realistic origin story of the iconic superhero, rebooting the franchise after years of stagnation. Batman Begins delves into Bruce Wayne's transformation into Batman, with Christian Bale delivering a widely praised performance. Known for its grounded approach, complex themes, and immersive storytelling, the film reinvigorated interest in the character. With a budget of around $150 million, it performed solidly at the box office, earning approximately $373 million worldwide. Its success laid the foundation for Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, which would go on to redefine superhero cinema. 3. Joker, 2019. 8.4. This 2019 psychological thriller offers a dark, gritty reimagining of the iconic DC villain, with Joaquin Phoenix delivering an Oscar-winning performance as the troubled Arthur Fleck. Directed by Todd Phillips, the film explores the character's descent into madness, resonating deeply with audiences for its intense portrayal of mental illness and societal neglect. With a modest budget of around $55–70 million, Joker became a massive box office success, earning over $1 billion worldwide, making it the highest-grossing R-rated film of all time. Despite some controversy surrounding its violent themes, it was widely acclaimed for its bold storytelling and Phoenix's transformative performance. 2. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. 8.4. The concluding chapter of Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, this 2012 film brings an epic and emotional end to Bruce Wayne's journey as Batman. The Dark Knight Rises is set 8 years after the events of The Dark Knight and features Christian Bale reprising his role, facing off against Tom Hardy's menacing Bane. Known for its high-stakes, action-packed sequences and thematic depth, the film was a major box office success. With a budget of around $250 million, it grossed over $1 billion worldwide. Though not as universally praised as its predecessor, it was still lauded for its ambition, performances, and fitting conclusion to Nolan's trilogy. 1. The Dark Knight, 2008, 9.0. Considered one of the greatest superhero films of all time, this 2008 masterpiece by Christopher Nolan redefined the genre with its gritty realism and complex moral themes. The Dark Knight stars Christian Bale as Batman, with a legendary performance by Heath Ledger as the Joker, earning Ledger a posthumous Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. With a budget of around $185 million, the film was a massive critical and commercial success, grossing over $1 billion worldwide. Praised for its thrilling action, philosophical depth, and unforgettable performances, it became a cultural phenomenon and set a new standard for comic book adaptations in cinema. We hope you enjoyed our ranking of all DC movies by rating. If you found this video interesting, make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with your favorite DC movie or suggestions for future rankings. See you in the next one.